Welcome, Nature Infused Ash here, foraging with Bigfoot. Welcome, September 12th. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Say hello. Not sure what we are going to be diving into on today's episode of Awakening Humanity alongside Bigfoot. I guess how I would like to possibly let's start as you guys come in. Camping with Sasquatch evening. Hello from Canada. Our connection to Heart Center while we start the show and throughout the show, right? Speak from the heart. I guess Jane as hello Texas, STX 911. I want to call, I guess, bring in the present Sasquatch that really pierced my heart and has taught me to speak my truth and speak from the heart. We want to align to her presence for this show and align to that, because I know there are some amazing adventures that we're going to be having here in the next couple days, which so looking forward to that. Been having some great feedback, interactions with them in the energetic realms as well as physical. So hi Kirsty, welcome. So again, if I could just ask you guys to fall into your heart, take that deep breath into the belly, and yeah, have any questions, feel free to ask, and let's expand the consciousness. So camping with Sasquatch. Oh, that's right. You have the expedition coming up. No, what expedition? I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, that's right. Okay, right, because I was on your live. Yes, I do have an outing for sure. Another one. Leaving. Yep. So this is going to be, the energy around it is just ebbs and flows for sure. So definitely looking forward to it. A lot of new information, knowledge has come about. So as we grow and expand with boots on the ground, as well as, you know, go inward, right? So I've been doing a lot of the inner journey, go in to discover Bigfoot as well, right? So we have to get rid of the blocks that hold us back from even expanding our consciousness, right? And aligning to our abilities from telepathy to levitation. So one of the things that has been coming up is, well, I don't know if you guys, I know some of you seen the post in the community where I posted on frequency and the vibration of how they're using frequency to, let's say, manipulate solid form, right? So take a tree and twist it into a knot while it's in solid form. It's because they're adjusting their frequency. They have the ability to use energy, right? So they're just, everything is energy. A year ago, I guess it would have been maybe a little more than a year ago. They told me, oh, I was listening to a podcast or a channeling or something about frequency. And they're like, yeah, actually, this is what we do to create tree breaks, to create levitation, is adjusting the frequency. So you want to come into resonance with what that vibration would be. So it's discovering that the principle of resonance. So you can accelerate the speed at which your molecules vibrate, right? And I don't know, there's, if you would have seen the post, there would have been a comment about a certain type of, I can't say the name because it might shoot me back down to the algorithm, but there's certain things that have come about with this type of technology, where they're levitating, right? So they're creating the vibration to allow levitation to happen probably shouldn't even use that word, but hey. So when the atoms within us lose our speed within us, it will help us, it'll actually knock us back down to the third dimension. So if we can accelerate the atoms within us and create that vibrational resonance, we can create that how am I trying to say this? The levitation. So it was brought to me yesterday that our blood has metallic in it, but it also is full of iron. And if we can oscillate, and I can't bring it up because I don't have, darn it. And if I get out of my live, then I lose you guys. It was very interesting. So what we're really working on this weekend is creating that blood to vibrate really fast so we can see if we can come into resonance with certain frequencies. Again, we've experienced the, what do you call it, liminal space, right? So we're creating that vibrational coherence resonance to whatever that space is. Howdy, Australia. Welcome, welcome. So that's just things that we've been playing with, right? I don't think cameras and videos and game cameras, those aren't what is needed to discover, right? So if we can discover what's blocking us from using our abilities, then we can discover Sasquatch even more. So even like with the portals that we're seeing out there, by what trees need to be together, the circumference, the height, if they're like a twin tree and you go in between there, you can see the portals. And I've shown, like, even on the David Wolf, when him and his wife were talking, and I'm like, yeah, see, so we found these two trees, and right on the other side of the two trees was like a flat green spot, right? And it's like interesting. So it looks like something could come through the trees, and that's where they're dropping, just because of how lit the ground was with even, I can see the energy, but now if we're not going to talk about the energy and we want to go into physical, you can see how green the grass was, how circular the area was on the one side of the two twin trees, right? Hi from Iowa. Hello, welcome. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on discovering these and just, go in and see what happens and go from there, right? Always in the intention with having our hearts open and getting the physicalness of Sasquatch, since they are here and are able to play in the physical realm that we exist in, and get the visual sightings and receive the whoops. Like I would even be happy for seeing an orb. Everyone's like, oh, an orb. Like, I don't believe that Sasquatch and orbs are the same. Like, no, because I've interacted with Sasquatch so much, and I never see the two. So it's, I think I'd just be blown away to see a light ball floating through the forest more so it's interesting. Sarah, hi Ash, I just caught your live. Welcome. Are you going to speed your blood up through high exercise, but that makes sense? Well, see, but that's not, it does make sense, because I said that to my buddy, and that's, you can take cayenne, we can increase circulation and stuff like that, but that's not, it's complicated to explain. That's why, if I could, obviously it's not here for me to, I'm just wondering, I don't have my other phone with me. No, there's just another way that you have to get the blood to vibrate. Breath work, you can get high enough to feel that shift, but it's more like it's a consciousness thing too, right? So it's getting that blood really pumping. So yeah, it's about doing, let's say, running up and down, doing some jumping jacks, getting the blood pumping, but then coming down to a state consciously, like a gamma state within the brain, that I'm about to fall asleep, but I'm not type of sleep. So what is that? Delta, almost to delta, alpha, those consciousnesses, right? So that's kind of how we're going to try to play with it. So get the blood pumping with that, but then bring the mind into that alpha state, into the more receptive, where Sasquatch is more in tune. Because again, one of the posts I did as well was, why does Sasquatch seem to come around camp when people are more in the, melatonin phase, when their pineal gland is producing more melatonin and going to sleep, because your brain isn't in that think, right? So yes, I've learned so much from you in the last year. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate your words, and you're welcome. Thanks for supporting the channel for sure. And hello, Chris, welcome. So yeah, that's how we'll play with that, see where it goes. Right? So looking forward. I know, like, even in meditation, so when we saw the visual sighting of Sasquatch, we were in a meditative state. It was, I'd say, around the 10 a.m., 11 a.m. mark, but we were doing the sound bowls, right? So we were in that meditative state, so you're not really in the thinking, you're more grounded, and then that happened. So, but now in that circumstance, I could see the land, and then I guess you'd call that the air element, come together, and allowing that kind of that energy portal to happen. So again, when we're going through liminal space, it's you have to hit that ting, that frequency line of coherence, resonance, to be able to activate whatever is going to come in or out. Always Sasquatch is what? Fairies, devas, I mean the elves, the elemental realm, right? So there's that. Also gonna bring some wind chimes and put them in the tree to see what happens. One of my energy teachers said, oh, what about wind chimes? I'm like, oh, ding, 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 ding. Doesn't that make so much sense, right? So try that, since they like the sound bowl so much. Maybe they'll go out in the bush and start playing with them. You never know. It's just, what can we do to get action, to get some play, right? They want to play. Welcome, Julie. Nice to have you here. But yeah, so again, as we connect with Sasquatch, we're going to connect with the nature spirits as well. Definitely have been, the devas have been very present, which is pretty cool. And then even just in the physical realm, the deer that tend to want to come up to me and kiss and exchange energy that way, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so anywho, what else? I don't know, you guys. Any questions? Yeah, that's about it. Yes, that's a baby Billy. The one that came up to me. So baby Billy, so there's two of them. But baby Billy can get a little too pushy, and I have been having to get a little stand my ground, because he keeps wanting to sniff the dog, and I feel like it's more of a territorial thing, and no thank you. So if telepathy is real, is it only with Bigfoot? No. Nope, it's not only with Bigfoot. You can always, if you have people that will play in your life, you could strengthen that muscle. So again, you guys, when we want to use these abilities, we have to consistently use them. So our intuition, it's going to be a muscle. Playing with the energies and using the energies and clearing discordant energies, it's a muscle. We have to use it daily and practice daily with it. So if we're going to do telepathy, we need to practice. And how? I was guided to do strength and mind speak with my dog, is what Sabe was asking me to do, which I've been doing and has been blowing my mind. So I'll sit there and I'll think and I'll repeat, and I'll put this image to the dog, and all of a sudden she'll come running over yeah, I want to go do that. Are you kidding me? This is just cool. So I'm strengthening that muscle, but you have to do it continuously, right? You can't just be oh, it didn't work. We have to We have to use it or lose it, right? So, and learning, again, we want to learn how to use it and then keep using it so we don't lose it, because that's what's happened, right? So with strengthening telepathy, pick someone important in your life that's open to this stuff and see if you can start to play that with each other. Not play, but strengthen that muscle with each other. Think of something and say, today is so-and-so's turn. I'm gonna, this is what you're gonna think. And maybe give them like a little suggestion just so you guys start playing with that, right? So camping with Sasquatch. I'm sitting in the pitch black at my campsite playing a singing bowl, listening to you, because why not? Well, you know what? That's amazing, and I feel that. Thanks, camping with Sasquatch. Why not? Absolutely. You're blessed to have this. I like how you're playing this. I see. That's cool. I like how you're playing the sound bowls and listening to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much gratitude. Waka. Ash, I'm curious, have you managed to actually see a Sasquatch? Yes, I have seen them 6 times. I'm under the belief that they are the same creature as the troll recorded in Norse mythology. Interesting. As the but so I'm not sure about like Norse mythology. I haven't looked into that, but I'm gonna write that down. Maybe take a little look into that. To me, trolls are definitely something else. Even like their energy doesn't feel the same at all. Sasquatch, Sabe, Bigfoot, they're more like forest people, right? So they're here to actually protect the animals, keep them all in alignment, the trees and stuff like that. As the humans are supposed to be doing that as well. Trolls are separate, yeah. Chris, so true. I can talk with certain people in my life, right? Exactly. So you can build that muscle for sure. But that's how I think everything is going to have its own different view on, but you have to go back to like, I don't know. Like when everyone's like, oh, what religion? Like nature has always been my go-to since I was a little girl. It's so natural. When something doesn't feel natural, I go, well, then it's not the order of things, right? Like nature has an order. There's energy. It can teach us so much. And again, it can be the quantum. And if everything is energy, where's the best? And see, Sabe, that's what they're teaching. They're teaching me how to use the energy. But then I also have energy teachers that are humans that help me teach, strengthen these abilities and all of that. Like, but yeah, trolls are just definitely, I liked trolls when I was a child. I had a whole bunch of trolls collections. So I don't know. I look at them as being more of a bridge, like under a bridge type of creature, if we want to call them a creature. But that's interesting. James, I agree 100%. BF, way different than a troll. Yeah. Sabe keeps the balance. Yeah, see, there you go. And so a question was brought up to me today was, do they eat meat? And I'm starting to learn that maybe they don't. And I think there's so much distortion or perversion, if we want to use that word. Like, don't think of it as like a pervert, but like perversion, like it's the complete opposite. So when someone's telling you, oh, it's this, no, look at the complete opposite. They're definitely foragers. If they're here to keep the forest, why would they be hunting? Like, I don't know. It was ass, and I was juggling it around, going, well, like they do eat berries. I don't, they love the apples. They like the pineapple that we gave them. Foraging, so it's interesting. Coffee break mysteries. When you see them or sense them, do you sense any evil, or is it all goodness? Oh. Now, this is where you have to do your inner work, right? So if it's fear showing up because you're fearful of what's happening. For the most part, Sabe will not intentionally want to lay any kind of negativity, right? So they're not evil. Like, I've not felt that at all. It's more of a, I mean, if you're going out there to go hunting for them or inflict harm of any kind, I can see them maybe persuading, get out of the bush by intimidating you. But again, that's going to be, what are you doing to antagonize that, to disrupt the nature, to disrespect, to not be grateful. So I can see them not wanting you in that area. But for the most part, I think if you feel fear, it's stop and feel that fear and ask where it's coming from. Because it's probably just a belief within ourselves that is creating the fear or that. Because technically, I mean, good or bad, what is good or bad, right? And there is there is darkness, there is light, but for the most part, I have never sensed anything other than goodness and pure intentions, and just pretty much an amazing reflection. Even when they're trying to, they want to present themselves and they're going, come on, Ash, and they'll yell at me, but it's more like, okay, they're trying to remove the fear out of me so I don't go, oh my goodness, right? That's the only way I can have sense any of it. So I'm 49 years old, 1,700 acres, dairy off grid. I walk now in woods. Something don't feel the same. Something doesn't feel the same. So then I would ask, what am I feeling? So that's an intention. When you guys go out into the bush and you're feeling, what am I feeling? I'm feeling. Like activate your hands, like open up your chakras in your hands and feel. I'm feeling, see, like, well, I can feel the energy between my hands now. So I'm feeling. Stay in your heart and really sense that. Because something doesn't feel the same. So what is it? And is it a Sasquatch, or is it... See, because if you spend a lot of time in nature, you're going to start to feel things that are unnatural. Like what's going on right now in the world is unnatural. And that's going to show up in nature as well. So that's just, yeah, that's how I go with it. So Waka, please look into it. You'll be surprised how similar their behavior and characteristics are. Norse mythology. Yeah, I wrote it down. I will take a look into that for sure. Well, like I was asked today, because I posted that X, and I know what it meant in that outing. Definitely. Like, they will let you know. And they're like, oh, well, it means this. And I'm like, so that's not what it means to me. And I've tried, like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of rune writing. So runes, there's different ways you can spell it. But anyways, when I was on expedition last year, we tried doing runes on the ground just to see what would happen. And I don't think whatever erased them didn't want to see that. So we've played with them, and it was interesting to get that response. But the X says gift. Now, to me, I have seen it represent gift, because all of a sudden there was an X that appeared, and then we found the head to the stone, or the stone head to the structure, which was a gift, because we were playing hide and seek. Now they come to my yard, and they also will put an X, like, yeah, friend, I'm here. X marks the spot, I'm here. So again, you can feel the intention if you're open. Go open. Make sure when you're going, open that heart and really listen to what the messages, feel the messages when they come in when you're playing. But anyways, I don't know. It's totally went on a rat there. James, yes, I don't believe they eat meat. Yeah, see. Yeah, there's so much there's so much evidence that I'm starting to see, just boots on the ground, with how they even herd the elk. Like, they're not... no, they're doing it because they want to make sure the elk herds are, they know how many are in the groups. They're knowing this, and they're marking them on the trees and stuff. So this stuff is starting to just go, wow. And you can't lie when you hear, feel, and see and discern that to what's happening in front of you, like boots on the ground in physical form. It's like, No, they're hurting. They're hurting the animals. Like not hurting like you do cows into a pen or something, right? That's what I mean by hurting, you guys. Sasquatch Confessions, welcome. I've been told many times that they are vegetarian. Yeah, see. Yep. Julie, unknown things can cause fear, right? Exactly. I mean, I know, I have a knowing and I still can have that fear. We can have a fear to success, right? Like, there's so many weird little nuances of ways our body has, that's why the inner journey to get the outer journey makes sense to me. Coffee Break Mysteries, thank you for answering my question. You're welcome. James, yes, she said way better than I way better. Okay, Camping with Sasquatch. The expression, you don't see the world as it is. You see it as you are. Oh, right? Ding, 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 ding. That's right, Camping with Sasquatch. I love that. Comes to mind with the types of experiences people have. Absolutely. So, right, that goes to show, like, I could be out there side by side with someone and the Sasquatch presents themselves. Well, let's say the person next to me is wearing blue sunglasses, I'm wearing red, and whatever beliefs they're carrying on are going to be different than mine, and they could have a totally different experience, see something totally different, right? So that is so true, that expression. And I like that. Thanks. You're welcome. Julie, I would say not typical rather than unnatural. Not typical. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't. I'll say unnatural. But thank you. Sasquatch Confessions. The glyph can mean many things. It's about intentions you set, right? Absolutely. But sometimes I don't always remember the intentions I set when I. Oh, they'll play. It's complicated. So sometimes you need a journal. I mean, most of the time, I should have a journal, and everything I write, like my intention is to do this, my intention is to do that. Like when I saw the visual sighting in July, I was determined. My intention was set. I was determined to see the Sasquatch in the light of day. What happened? I got to see the Sasquatch in the light of day because I was determined to have that experience. I set my intention, but I was determined to have it. And then just so much gratitude, appreciation, keeping the heart open. Like that is, oh yeah. Always a work, right? Like I take so much reishi and stuff. What did I learn? Like having my clearing. So many books. Coffee Break Mysteries. Do we need them? Do they need us? Now, I would say it's not a nerd. It's not a need. We both can learn from each other. They want to learn from us, and they're so willing to teach us. And I don't know, what they learn from us, but again, what do we learn from them? There's stuff that we learn from them. So absolutely. And it's definitely, I feel maybe more lessons that we can learn. But again, now my boots on the ground is going to be different compared to a lot of other people. Like I do so much inward work, so they see that, they recognize that, and maybe I'll get more. My lessons are going to be more on the spiritual and the energetic, into the feeling, the sensing. And sometimes I get frustrated with that because I want physical, right? And that's not my lessons. I don't need to see because I already know. And sometimes I go, that's yeah. But it's just having that relationship. I'll let them know. I talk to them. I have that open dialogue with them. And again, like what Camping with Sasquatch always comes to my mind. Talk to them. use your voice. So I've been guided to do a lot of different things this upcoming event, and definitely going to do a lot more talking, especially when I sense something or feel something or smell something that is different, and start talking to that and see what is represented. Like, oh, okay. Zoom. Okay, where am I going? I've been trying to catch you live. I am down Florida, Naples. Really great catch you. Really great to catch you on. Amazing. I believe something good going to happen with you soon. You walked on up. You walked on up with Todd. Be safe. See you soon. James, do I know you? Have I met you? I believe something good's going to happen with you soon. You walked on up with Todd. Be safe. See you soon. I agree, James. Okay, what are you agreeing to? I'm a little confused. Okay, coffee break mysteries. Are you aware of the concept of loosh? No? No, nope. Keep it PG. Hi, James. Julie. Okay, hi. James McCowan. Where do I know you from? I know Camping with Sasquatch. I've heard our creative expressions mean a lot to them, like singing, music, right? And that's why I was gonna bring out the wind chimes, the chimes to put in the trees, have the sound bowls. So absolutely, I have been singing more. Loosh and the acorns, Sasquatch, are here to help escape the soul trap matrix. Well, that is interesting. I can't disagree with that one. Help escape the soul trap matrix. Well, absolutely. They're definitely doing that. And again, it's the inner work that we have to do to get the heck out of this. And totally, that's where I go. Well, and I like Maynard, how he said, that's just the factual. This is fiction. Like, we come back to a fiction world, and I go out to the real world, right? Like, the wilderness is the real world. I was like, wow, what a flip of perspective. I was just like, I can align with that. I bet you Maynard's hunting his deer. Yeah, cool. Anyways, creative expression. I like that. I mean, I'm not gonna, well, I was guided to actually use like paint stuff. So, but like with natural things out in the wilderness. So you would grab a piece of bark and grab like berries or something that could create a paint color and start doing artwork on the bark. And that's what I was supposed to gift with them. Or you could even like write it on the trees, right? Like they did back in the day. So that's a creative expression that I should probably indulge in doing this weekend. Great suggestion. Thanks, Camping with Sasquatch. Creative expression. Because I didn't do it last year, so I will bring it to this year and they will be happy with that. So, writing stuff down. Sorry, guys. Gotta keep it in the loop. Inner work is essential. Great work, Ash. Yeah, thank you, Julie. Absolutely. Isn't it? Yeah. It's been a game changer ever since going and doing the inner work back. Well, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have been on the path of Sasquatch. You know, yeah, it's just mind blowing. And then even just how you're in alignment when you allow that inner work to happen and to remove the core beliefs and the unconscious beliefs that run our programs. It's just, your world becomes a whole different place. and the people. Like, that's why, like, when you said, like, the reflection you are inside, and it's like, yep. To heart and go, I'm just going to keep changing and changing, and maybe that person will change too. No, 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 no. So, yeah, that is where I have to go. Each, put the brakes on. You've done all you can do. And, you know, you just have to love yourself and know that you can love that person, but gotta walk that other way, right? That's why it's amazing when you come into contact with people on the same frequency that do the same type of work that, like, that's why I, like, love you guys, because I feel like we're in the alignment. Like, it's amazing what we can create. Julie, it shows some people don't like it. Oh, yeah? Yep, it's true. Some people don't. And, yep. But we have to be responsible for self, right? And continue this journey. Camping with Sasquatch. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Oh, yes, don't they? Well, yeah, that is true. Again, Ashley has to take that with a little grain of salt. Because let go of the idea of others. Everyone can do this. Yep. Why am I here? Do you guys, look at number 13, lucky 13. And I'm going out on the 13th. Poof. So that was the first time I ever had contact with Sasquatch. It was October 13th, 2021. Tell you. Well, I mean, Sasquatch Confessions was talking about his first time seeing a Sasquatch. And now I guess I can elaborate because I don't like texting this type of stuff. I was totally getting truth bumps and in alignment, and Sasquatch was talking, going, wow, sounds pretty similar. So I had this experience when I was, I don't know, I was a little girl, and I didn't know about Bigfoot. But now knowing about Bigfoot, the creature was not a cougar. It was a Sasquatch. I know, Kirsty, right? Isn't that amazing? Like, I was part of the 13, the family, and that's where I got my skull crystal from. And that's, you can't deny it. I can't deny. Like, there's just so much truth behind number 13 and how powerful that is. Yep. That's why this can be a powerful outing. So much gratitude and appreciation already for what's to come. But when you're talking through your story, I was just like, wow, that's exactly what, and Sasquatch was like, see, that's exactly what you were experiencing. So it was quite weird because I was seeing images of you having your experience while I was having my experience, but I mean, obviously we were young. And they're like, whoa, see how close together and interlinked this is? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then you kept on talking and I was just like, okay, this is too much truth. What is going on here? Like, how can it be so interconnected, but yet I don't even know you? Like, well, I mean, we all signed up for this place, right? We all signed up. Okay, let's see if we can find each other in the in the Matrix on planet Earth. But what else? God is no gender. Responsibility. What else did I want to cultivate on this live? I don't know. You know what's happening. Oh, my life, right? I don't know. No, see, I'm denying it. Maybe that's my problem. Everything is energy. The law of vibration states that in the universe, energy is consciously moving, vibrating, and shifting in various forms. We, including Bigfoot, We are no exception. These vibrations vary. If they are low, they are slow. If they are high, they are vibrating fast. Just think, nothing ever stands still and nothing ever truly rests. And I thought, wow, that's nothing ever truly rests. I guess it's so true, right? Because everything is energy. Yeah. There's my lull in my live. So, what else? Just opening up to Sasquatch. Is Zach joining you on your own? Yes. I have a buddy coming out. Yeah, I was picking up something. Totally. That goes for all. Yeah. Camping with Sasquatch. Thank you. Ash, do you think they imitate sounds to see if you'll notice? Like bird calls or anything? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. They definitely will imitate. And that's why it's like you can't just go, oh, it's just a bird. Is it just a bird? I know they like to use the chipmunks with me as well. And I tell you, like one of the most mind-blowing when I saw them cloaking, where I saw everyone's reality come crashing down because they thought Bigfoot wasn't real. And I'm going, how? Like, how? What? Because of this bird? The bird was part of everything. Whistles, exactly. The bird, like, so they were clacking. So they wanted to pretend that they were this clacking bird. And I never knew this type of grouse went clack, clack. So it really technically sounded like they were smashing two rocks together. Clack, clack. And we kept following it. Clack, clack. We kept following it. And then all of a sudden, there's this bird. We're like, oh. And then he comes down and he hits the ground. And it's like he hit a portal, but he went clap, clap. Now, the people that couldn't see the bigger picture, their realities were literally shattering. I've never seen someone's belief system come up like that. I was shocked. But then all of a sudden, all this sparkly energy happened. And they cloaked it and he was in the tree. And I was like, what the heck just happened? At least I was there with someone that was in tuned, that could see the energy and see what happened. But one of the older gentlemen's, he kept questioning it because he knew that everything that happened was not natural. Like there was just something not right with that whole situation. And then the other two were like, Sasquatch is a bird. Sasquatch is a bird. I've been lied to my whole time. Sasquatch is a bird. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Sasquatch is not a bird. So that was an experience. So they were definitely mimicking a bird. Is it just a bird? Love that question. It crossed my mind often. Right? Is it just a bird? No, go follow. Right? It's what is it? Feel. So stop. Like you hear the bird. We'll quotation mark that. The bird. Tweet, tweet. So you stop. Now maybe close your eyes and listen. But as you're listening, feel. Like I can feel the energy. I can feel. And I don't know how to teach anyone that. Like it's been taught. That's how Sasquatch has taught me to feel the energy. And then like stop, feel, and listen to what's around you and see if that is just the bird. Craig. Hello, Ash. Hello, Craig. Foothills, South Carolina. Welcome. Glad to catch you. It's been a while. Yes, nice to have you here. It has been a while. Julie, welcome back, Craig. Camping with Sasquatch. Chuck Jacobs has mentioned a few experiences where him and others looked at something like a deer and asked if it's forest people, and they received a yes. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. That's what happened with the deer. So you'll see the one in the shorts with the bigger antlers. I think I made 2 shorts. And it's the same deer. But when he came, he sniffed my hand, or right before when he was approaching. And I was like, okay. And he was looking, and he was shimmering. Like, I never knew deer shimmered. And I'm like, well, this is weird. This is Sasquatch. And his eyes lit up and made contact with my eyes. He's like, yeah, because I am Sasquatch. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. And then he sniffed my hand. And he's like, okay, that's all I wanted. And then he walked away. And I was like, only in my life. What? What just happened? Are you kidding me? So absolutely. And you know what? They will come in human form, because I've had that happen 3 times. 3 freaking times. And I go, sometimes the people in the wilderness, I wonder if, yeah. So absolutely, yeah, see, shapeshift. They definitely can work through animals, through people, and, well, again, they were channeling through, like, I swear the presence of the Sasquatch that was behind the tree came into said individual, and this person changed. Okay, stop distracting. And he changed, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's another presence in this body. And it was so weird, you guys. This presence was so familiar, and it was Sasquatch working through the human vessel, and they're asking me questions, and all of a sudden he turns and he's like, oh, Ashley, you just want to be free just like us. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh. And then he went to go tell me something, like he was gonna, like, I don't know, but like, you guys, it was mind blowing. Knocked out of the body, and that person just started coughing. I'm like, oh my god, did that just happen? They were gonna, because the question was, you just want to be free and wild just like us. Well, here, I'm gonna give you the key. And then boom, nope, I don't think so. And I was like, oh no, I'm so sad. Did that just really happen? Oh, it was powerful, you guys. Like, that Sasquatch was gonna tell me something or show me something that would have just opened up my whole new world. And maybe that's what it was. It was just gonna be a whole new world. Like, oh, this is where we live. Cool, so cool. Camping with Sasquatch. Just got cool. Right. Yeah. No, not many do. Hey, you know what? If I'm gonna be like a woo-woo, Albert Einstein was a woo-woo, you know, Tesla and all of them. It's because we have to think outside, and we are such spiritual beings. And I think, you know, like, or I feel, you know, even when Sasquatch, when they want to make that energy exchange with the hands, because we're going to pick up so much. And if we're learning and doing these lessons, and we're going through, like, the lessons are going to come from all over the place. I've heard the number of times, so Joe Mama, cougars, men, like birds too. Cool. Birds too, right? I don't know, cougar men. I don't know cougar, I don't know what you're talking about. Camping with Sasquatch. I've heard a number of times them being in human form. That's pretty wild, right? It is. And I tell you, you can start to see which ones are, I swear, like, I can tell by their eyes. Like, there is sometimes like their eyes are different. The set, like the way they're set, they have a different type of eye. I don't know how to explain it, but I know just by their eyes now that, like, this whole area right here, that, oh, it's Sasquatch. And then for them to say, whatever, like, they don't even have to say anything. I can tell by now looking at them. And then they go to elaborate truth. And so my whole truth Sasquatch bumps goes, yep, he's telling the truth, because my energy is telling, Sasquatch energy is there. And then he's telling me, or guiding me, or however that the scenario is coming up. But they're giving wisdom that only would come from Sasquatch, because the only ones that are teaching me at that level is Sasquatch. Like, Embrace the journey. Are they shapeshifters? Yes, we could call them that, right? But not like they know how to use the frequency to shapeshift or turn in. They're going to come into coherence, resonance with what they need to. So if you're holding on to a tree and holding on to that tree, you can come in resonance, into coherence, sunshine. So they're just changing frequency, and I don't want to label it as shape-shifting. So they're changing frequency. So yes. Craig, Ash, do the Sabe make a noise that sound like women screaming in your area? I've heard such a thing in the middle of the night. It carried on for a bit. Yes. So that I've never heard that, but it does happen. And now see the screams that I heard, I wouldn't really. It's sounding like that because I will say, oh, I hear a squealing deer, and that's because that's my blockage in my ears, but it's really not a squealing deer. And that other person's going like, no, Ashley, they're roaring. And I'm going, no, that sounds like a squealing deer. Like, no, they're roaring. So possibly it's sounding that way because it's a high-pitched scream, or like I more like whooping. I don't like calling it a scream, more like woo. So like Camping with Sasquatch says, like they think we're cool because that we're amazing beings because we make these different, we have low voices and we have high voices. We can make these sounds where maybe they're trying to mimic, right? And maybe it's more of a feminine Sasquatch that is making that screaming, yelling, whooping sound in the middle of the night in your area, right? So when you're having that, just ask to tune into that guidance more. Ask. When I heard the whoops, it kind of sounded like the Sierra, like they were long and they were beautiful. Like it was spectacular. I wish I would have just loved it. It's going to be so much gratitude for it. So yeah, it can sound like a woman screaming. Camping with Sasquatch. So much of this is almost like a constant invitation to open our minds, right? And open our hearts too, right? Open hearts, open mind. So that's where we want to be, in that heart and that coherence. Heart and mind and gut. I'm doing a live, okay? You can go play, please. Sorry. Anyways, yes, you can. Camping. So yeah, Camping with Sasquatch. We saw an extremely peculiar woman once in the woods, and like you said, her eyes really stood out, right? Because they have that eye. Is your Sasquatch a male or female? A female. A female with two others. Hello, Zach. Welcome. The trees understand our thought and words, don't they? And they give that wisdom right back to us. Okay, please go play. I'm doing a live.
I asked, do you want to play Minecraft?
I'm doing a live, thank you. No. Ash, when you were a child, did you get that being watched feeling well in nature? Yes. Yes. And I always... It was this cougar. It's a cougar watching me. So this maybe, and that's where it dawned on me. It never was a cougar. It was actually Sabe. And that's why when Sasquatch Confessions was talking about his story, they're like, see, same similarities, same this, same that. And I was just blown away. And I'm like, it never was a cougar. It was a freaking Sasquatch. And that's why the energy felt the way it did, and all of that. I was just like, wow. So they've been with me for so long. It's just, I just didn't know until 2021, but I didn't know that they've been with me until 2022 when I was driving to northern Alberta, and I was like, and all of a sudden the land started. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm home. I feel like I'm at home, and because I can feel the land shift. But I don't think it's the land. I think it's the Sasquatch. And I'm going, oh my gosh. And the person with me at the time was like, yeah, you're getting it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. They've been with me the whole time and I didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. It's just amazing. But I do, because like there's tree breaks on my property. What? Like there's tree breaks right here on my property. Like, mind blowing. They're amazing. They're amazing beings. Sydney. Ash, have you been to British Columbia in your search? Yes. I would really like to get to the West Coast for some boots on the ground, for sure. Harrison Hot Springs area, I've always been drawn. Like I used to do sturgeon salmon fishing in the fall every year. And I'm like, oh, I want to go up there. And then I just kind of brushed it off. He's like, yeah, there's Bigfoot up there. I'm like, yeah, right, okay, whatever. But I felt this great big pull. Like I wanted to, and I heard like, oh, it's not time. One day you'll align to this area. And I'm like, interesting, because I have no idea where I'd even go. It's such a different forest compared to what I'm used to, right? Radium area, that's BC, but I mean, I wouldn't say that's BC. It's like the borderline of BC and Alberta, right? So, do you remember the age? Yeah, like, I want to say like 6, 7, between 5 and 8. I want to say it's going to be lower to the 5, 6. How old? 6, 7 is what I hear when I ask. Like I was old because I wasn't old. I was young, but my brother and his friend were younger. Because I was kind of like watching them as I was being watched. So, and they were playing trucks. I want to say he was probably 4. So yeah, I'd say 6, 7. I've met so many people like us that have similar experiences. And Sasquatch confessions. I've never felt Sasquatch energy like the energy I felt in Ontario. Yeah, see, I think I'd be so awesome to go out into Ontario and see that as well. I've never been out there anyways, but I'll be your tour guide. Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to say no to that. I'll say, yes, please, you can take me on a tour. I might have to stay overnight in the bush, though. Sorry, spell check. Technologies. I know. I totally feel Julie on that one. That's how I am when I'm on other people's lives. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then he's reading my words and I'm going, that's not how it's supposed to be. But whatever. It's easier to do like face-to-face and lives. And read your guys' questions. Patrick, welcome. You and your wife. Darn, I was late. Pat and Laura here from Oklahoma. Welcome, Laura. Welcome, Pat. Nice to have you here. I love your guys' familiar faces. It's amazing. Like, appreciate you all. Keep up the good work. Thank you. And I'll make sure I bring those snacks too, right? I'll get my donkey for that, to carry them around. Just kidding. Just kidding, you guys. See, there we go. We're still at 13 with 17 likes. Remember, if you're liking the content, just click that like button, subscribe. I guess you could possibly turn on the notifications. Perfect. Yeah, anyways, it just helps our community grow and help awaken humanity and cultivate magic. There are definitely Sasquatch in Oklahoma. Oh, well, maybe Patrick and Laura will have to take us out. No, just kidding. Ash wants me to carry my singing bowls up a mountain. What? Nope. He's lying, you guys. Now I got someone that's not being honest. I run fast. Oh, Patrick. Can't run fast when we won't have our shoes on, right? I'm just kidding. Oh, I don't even know. You guys probably have like spiders and snakes, and Sasquatch are literally everywhere. Yeah, China Productions. Welcome. My take on the deer image having Sabe come up to you with what loving gaze so close? The deer could approach you so close without your fear getting in the way. He was Sabe. Absolutely. I know he was. I know, he told me. Yep, but sometimes it just sounds crazy if I were to say that. Oh yeah, it was actually Sabe. Okay, yeah, okay, actually. Just kidding. I'm not too concerned about people thinking weirdness about me. But, well, for the most part, I feel ready if it's in the daylight. I'm still trying to strengthen not having certain energy around to strengthen up my, okay, I can handle it if a Sasquatch comes up to me. I can do it. I can do it. Just getting used to it. That's all, guys. Right? Oh, you guys are liking it. Thank you. Appreciate it. The quantum Bigfoot. So you do get scared. I look at the fear and I do it anyways, right? Of course, you always get that. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not invincible. I am only human. I'm sorry, Zach. Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah. Boom. Sasquatch confessions. You know what I talk about on my lives? I say some wild stuff. Yes. Yes, you do. Well, sometimes it's just not for public share, right? All real experiences. Oh, absolutely. Sometimes I have to integrate some of my experiences because I don't even know how to comprehend and explain what has happened. And, yeah, Julie, I believe they speak through animals, crows. Yeah, those crows. They have been coming and staring at me. Those crows are staring. So do you ask them, like, can you hear when the birds talk to you, Julie? The crows? I woke up to a screeching blue jay. He would not stop this morning. I'm like, why are you screaming? Better not be because you want me to feed you. Like, he would not stop. Like, he woke me and my son up. So it was very odd. Maybe it was a screeching Sasquatch. Craig, Ash, recently my brother moved to Washington north of Spokane. Oh, nice. When I visit, I'd like to camp up your way. Do all roads going into Canada have checkpoints for a passport? I haven't updated mine. Oh, I can't honestly say. I mean, the only way would possibly be going like across the ocean, but I want to say they get your passport. Yes, Craig, get your passport. I know, I have to get mine too. Right? I feel like it limits these border things. Like, no. Like people say, oh, they drone the crossings and stuff, and I don't know. Maybe they have sensors. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Have to really map that area out. I believe that you'd be able to find a crossing. Shh, quiet. I shouldn't say that on here. Blue jay or stellar jay. What? I don't know. It's a blue jay. Not like a baseball team. Yes, I asked them to send messages. So, do you receive the messages? Like, can you, like, I find birds, I have more of a challenge or maybe more of a block to hearing. Maybe because I'm not open enough to hear from a bird. Like, I'll crow back at them. I feel like maybe I just am not being an open channel to the birds as much as they want me to be an open channel. Camping with Sasquatch. Have heard that about ravens also. Yes, absolutely. I do have ravens that will change frequency and go into, keep me updated, Craig. 2 different kinds of birds. That's what I thought. So I think it's a blue jay, not a stellar jay. I always confuse the two. I'd have to look up what a stellar jay looks like. I don't have my spare phone to do that at the moment. I just speak to them out loud. Okay. Embrace the journey. I crow at them out loud. That's about it. And I do actually know my daughter has more of a connection with the crows. And she's just open, and they seem to. It's different. Embrace the journey. Could be a scrub jay. They are loud and persistent, usually wanting food. Oh yeah, he's a scrub jay. He wants to be fed, and he's going to screech until he is heard and fed. Like, oh my goodness. Patrick, so how much time do you have left before it gets too cold for expeditions? Winter coming. Oh no. I'll be boots on the ground in the winter as well. It'll be mild. And now mild might be cold for you guys where you're at. I don't know what Oklahoma, like I don't even know what type of territory you're in, or like if you get snow. I don't think you guys get snow. You're just really a wet climate. I don't know. But here, I feel like it's going to be a mild year. So mild for an Albertan would be, it's going to be from 0 to minus 20 degrees. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit. It's cold. It's cold, you guys. With shoes. With or without shoes. I'll do without shoes for like 5 seconds. Getting stronger. I do have to get rid of that belief of getting frostbite. Like people that ice bath in the river, I can't comprehend. I will get to it, but I'll just go in the ice bath. And the sauna. That's right beside me. Now the next one I'm going to do in the spring is walking on fire. Okay, coals. That one I'm going, holy man, how am I going to wrap my head around that and experience it? But it's all for good reasons. I need some snowshoes. Okay. Sasquatch confessions. We get most our snow in February. So your snow though, like what? Is it like inches? Your guys' snow is heavy too, because you're like on the west coast. So how does that work? It's like only snows in February and it's gone like a week later. Patrick, firewalk. Yeah. Patrick, the water you were in had to be cold. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not warm. It's not warm. And depending on the type of year, how high up the mountain you are, it can be cold. And if you're in a current, it's going to be more than being in like a wading pool of the cold water. So, yeah. Increase the groundiness, right? So in my valley, it's warm. The rest of the entire country is frozen. Yeah, that's what I thought. And you guys have spring like in March. Your flowers are already blooming by April. Yeah, I remember going on a retreat. First time on an airplane. Back in 2013? Yeah. That was an incredible experience. So, it's definitely a nice weather. We don't get spring until about July. No, I was kidding. We get spring. The flowers don't start blooming until, it can be a hit and miss. End of May, beginning of June. But the Sasquatch are always present. Yes. Best trackway was found in the snow. Which is amazing because like, what more evidence do you need in a trackway? Oh, and watching that show last night. What was I watching? Oh, yes, okay. Watching more of the... Oh, there's this one... Well, I watched what you shared, Sasquatch Confessions, with the one video of that guy. And I... Exactly what happens. Like, the energy is so there. But I was watching another one, and they say with, like, tracking and following the tracks. Once you know what you're looking for... Because they have like a padding on their feet, they're not always going to be like this deep compressed. And so I don't know how I'm trying to explain this, but when we're boots on the ground, sometimes it's hard to discern if it's a track because it's there, but it's not there. So there are other boots on the ground researchers that are experiencing the track is there, but it's not. But now they're seeing the energy imprint. But like you can see because they have a pad, like just like us, and especially if we ground, the more we ground, the thicker the pad can get on the bottom of the feet. that Sabe will have that cushiony pad that won't always allow stuff to be broken. So they're going to leave more of a different type of imprint on the land. So it was very interesting and encouraging to see other researchers on the same path with tracks, and knowing that they're more out there than usual. Like, it don't have to be boom in the ground, don't have to be a broken branch in this. Like, there's so many little subtle things that we can look for in a track. And then you can start to see the energies of the tracks once we connect with it even more. They are with me everywhere I go. Glad you watched it. A single footprint in snow on my parents' property convinced my father. Oh, that's awesome. Dispersed energy. Right. Dispersed energy. Give me words I have to look up. Dispersed energy. Right, because it's like that energy imprint that you're noticing. That's amazing, Julie. Laugh out loud. They wanted your father to see that. So yeah, anywho. So I think it's cool that there's more things we can look. Dispersed energy. My wife says that to me. Oh, you guys. DISP. But yeah. So what else did I want to touch base on in this conversation? Laugh out loud. So let's, I'd like to know who all here knows what energetic hygiene is. Ash, have you ever used a FLIR at night to check if footprints are extremely recent? No, I have not. And now, is that going to be like an electrical tool? Like, what is a FLIR? I want to say that seems like an electrical, like, I'm going to have to look into that. A FLIR. Nope, I have not. But, yes. Hello, Jeffrey. Welcome. Indian Township, Princeton, Maine. Welcome. After my visit to Colorado, my dad is an artist and started drawing them. A FLIR is thermal camera. And hello, right? Thermal camera. No. I've only ever used the thermal camera once. And I thought, oh my goodness, if I were to see, and this is when I first really was encountering them, I thought, if I ever saw some huge being all of a sudden light up, I would, like, I don't know what I'd do, but that's an adjustment. I think I would be so on the complete other end of the spectrum now, being in this present moment, using a thermal camera and actually seeing something would be amazing. It is electrical and picks up heat signatures. Yeah. Cool. I think I know what it is. Do I need a shower? Okay, I asked the question, didn't I? And full of wildlife. Right, so I totally... Wildlife. Leave them a snow angel, Ash. What a great idea. Yeah, we were on the ground. Actually, now that you mentioned that. So last year when I was guided to stop looking up, look down, everything, you guys stop looking. You're looking in the wrong spot. Look down. We were laying in the snow on the fire, so that was interesting. I will definitely leave a snow angel. Imagine getting a snow angel back. Wouldn't that be something? Jeanette, I have never seen one, but I do believe that they have seen me. Oh yeah, probably. Just a strong feeling I've had since I was about 10. I'm late 50s now. I have loved them as long as I can remember. Right, absolutely. So they've been with you this whole time. That's amazing. Footprints showed for several minutes after something has walked there. Cool, I'll keep that in mind and looking for tools like that. It's nice to have tools for that type of knowledge. And then I guess like if you see them standing there and then at night you could use that to see the tracks. Like even if maybe if you don't even see the imprint of that they were standing there, like wow, you could use that in so many different ways probably. Like where I saw the Sasquatch but couldn't see the tracks, like he didn't leave an imprint. If I were to have taken that FLIR and scanned the area at night, it possibly could have shown the trackway, even the tracks where he was standing. And then interesting. Learning. It would be a giant angel, right? It would be amazing. It would be amazing. For me, energetic hygiene is remaining authentic at all times. Yes. And energetic hygiene doesn't mean taking a shower. No, it's cleansing. Well, I mean, yes, because you're cleansing your aura. So that is a way. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. They don't have to leave footprints if they don't want to. It's really up to them. Absolutely. That's why sometimes you only see a boom print, right? Like I'm just going to come running along and then boom, a print and then nothing. Just like when you see them, you don't see them by chance. They're allowing that experience to happen. Like, right? I mean, yeah. So true. So true. How do you guys keep your heart centers open? So you can, I was trying to crack a joke about the shower. Well, no, but you are. I love showers to cleanse the aura. So I don't find, if I don't haven't, you know, even ice or not ice bathing, even just cold bathing, going in the river, you can feel that cleanse. First time I ever went into the river without clothes on, stay present, people. It felt like you're shedding a freaking snake skin, like all of this stuff. And that's because it's a tool. It is a tool to cleanse our energetic body. We do have all these different bodies, not just the physical body. So it was cleansing us physically, yes, but it's also, you know, taking care of this, oh, you guys know, like the mental bodies and the psychic body and the emotional bodies, all of these other bodies that we have. Water does speak. It heals me physically, the cold water, right? Oh, I went from steaming hot for 30 minutes to cold shower. Cold. Oh my God. And I like to do that with the blood too, right? You're creating more circulation, increasing the circulation, increase. Patrick, seems Bigfoot is more popular now. Everyone has a phone camera, but why always blurry? Wow. I mean, so how do I explain that? So we could be seeing them in physical form, and if they are energy, and we take a picture of it, it can be all blurry because they're not totally, like, I don't know how to explain it for it to make sense. Maybe one of wonderful team players here could help answer that vibration. Exactly, but if we're seeing it, like, oh, he's standing right there, we take the picture, and I've controlled electrical digital cameras. See, exactly. So they're at a different frequency, and your camera's picking up the blur, because your camera is not in tune like you are. Even when we're out in nature and we visual, like they appear to us visually and we see them, we're in tune, we're at that frequency, we can see it with our eyes, but the phone is not our eyes. So yeah, it's definitely to do with the electrical. Thank you, you wonderful team of mine. Amazing. Thank you guys. Chena Productions. The first time I saw one, I was 5, and they were following my family while we were hiking Cottonwood Canyon. Peeking out from the cottonwood trees, Patrick, they make themselves blurry. Wow. Jeanette, the camera has no spirit. Exactly. And then also, you know, like how... That's, yeah, it's true. it doesn't, right? And that's not how we are going. And then there's so many like, I don't know, like the ones that like can outline. There are some, and they're not blurry. We kind of have to be in tune with what we're looking at too. And once you start to have someone pick it apart and see like the shadows or whatever, it's like, wow, see, that's a Sasquatch. I saw it, and then they started to point it out. So it's yeah, there's just so many. I'm gonna stop now. They change their energy as they prefer not to be photographed. Absolutely, right? It has been brought up that they don't want their souls to be zapped, right? So Sasquatch can manipulate technology, right? So that's why does everyone use all these things? Drones, game cameras, like Sasquatch does not want that. They will, this is what they do for me. My intention, like when they gave me the visual and I was videotaping us, well, what can I ask for? At least you're getting my reaction. But would that have turned out if the camera was flipped around the way it did? Maybe not. I don't think so. I gotta know. So when I go into the forest, I allow them to know that my phone is in my pocket, or my camera. Like, we don't have Wi-Fi, so it's minimal. I turn the airplane mode and stuff like that. So this is what, if you allow me to take a picture, first off, I'll be aware to take a picture. They're gonna have to communicate, Ashley, take a picture, I'm standing right here. Because the last thing that's on our minds is taking a picture, right? Wonder if you went old school camera, it's chemical, that it would work better. And I've been guided to take my older camera out this trip. So that's interesting, right? Because it's not attached to the frequencies, right, that are going to disrupt frequency like a cell phone can. And it's just older technology. We've come away and made things so complicated, and if we narrow it down and simplify it, it could produce better results, just like grounding. So yeah, Craig, I've been guided to take mine. So you know, it could work better, but then it's like, where do I get stuff like this developed? I don't know. Is it for our eyes only? Don't need their photo. Yeah. See, your thought on the Patterson film, Patty? Well, they were using older film, right? They were using let's take a freaking old technology, so it wasn't going to be where we're at right now. It's definitely a game changer, but I'm not drawn to it like a lot of other people are. I don't know. I don't understand the fascination around it. I mean, all due respect, I love it, appreciate all of it, everything that's come about, but I don't know. If that's what what has taken our consciousness a little higher, then yeah, absolutely. I think it's spectacular, and it was given to them. Yes. Yeah. Other stuff, it's not. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty clear. It was pretty clear. But there's other people's that are pretty clear, and I don't know. You are the best thing out there ourselves to attract the Sasquatch, right? Individual revelations, things in the wilderness that go bump. Just kidding. They clearly have an aversion to their picture taken, so I just leave that alone. Right? It's definitely not on my... Well, I mean, if they want to present me a blessing of that, I mean, I won't say no. They're going to definitely provide that. It will be all up to them, whether it happens, how it happens, if it happens. I'd be happy with sitting around the fire with the camera going, and then start whooping and hollering and knocking and whooping some more because I always do the whoops. Thought on Dogman Confessions. Was it a dog turned into a man? I don't know. I don't have many thoughts on that. I've been open. I've asked questions just so I'm aware, have an awareness to other things. But yeah, asking permission and being respectful is key to establishing a relationship. Patterson was chemical. You can still get old school developed online. Okay. Patterson was chemical. I don't know what you mean by that. Like the technology that was used? Sorry. Oh, people want physical proof rather than spiritual. Right? And well, they're going to just keep hitting the wall going bang, 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 bang. Oh! Let's calm down, Ashley. This is why I've had to disassociate with some, because it is not physical. Stop getting in our ego. Stop getting in our mind. You're not going to get what you want. This is about a spiritual. You need to go in to get the outer. If you're not listening to the lessons and having respect, and some of you might be feeling my discomfort at the moment, I apologize. But if you're not going, and if you're not listening to the lessons and giving you, they're not going to give you anything. They will not. They will totally shut down and be like, sorry, you don't want to listen and respect what we have to offer. We're not going to give you what you're looking for. It's a two-way street. It's symbiotic. It's in symbiosis. It's ebb and flow. It's masculine. It's feminine. It's, lightness and darkness, yin and yang. It's a respect. It has to go both ways. So, Julie, people want physical proof rather than spiritual. Sorry for that little rant. Sasquatch Confessions. When I watched Sasquatch cross the river 12 feet tall, I had my cam zoomed right on her. Didn't record it because I wasn't told or called to it. Yeah, that's respect. Absolutely, right? See? Hands down. Respect. Thank you for the respect and the gratitude and the appreciation and listening to the forest people, because they will give you the blessings. But again, it's that energy exchange. I've got many pictures of Sasquatch and elementals. Case of Sasquatch Confessions. Devas. Have you had experiences with devas? All called to them. My direction was called to them. That is my permission to me. I'm learning. Yes, you are, Patrick. You are learning. Welcome. It's true. The utter lack of proof is quite astonishing. That says something. Perhaps we are outclassed. Right? You are dealing with intelligent beings. To play with the intelligence, use some intelligence, right? Oh, intelligence comes both ways. They're not stupid when you're placing a goddamn camera there. I'm sorry, but they know it's there. They know the intention. They knew the intention as soon as you said, I'm going to put a camera there. Drop it like it's hot. Yes. Devices, phones, cameras all give off electromagnetic spectrum and frequency spectrum up to 80 GHz. Do you think they can sense these frequencies? Yes. Yes, they can. If their abilities are to be able to play with these frequencies, they can sense that. These frequencies that are distorting even our energetic bodies, right? Like it's not always a brilliant thing. Respect is key for every living being. Yes, it is. Dogman pees on trees. Now I get it. Dogman. Is that like boys? Men pee on trees. Silly. Dogs pee on trees. Yes, that's right. Silly. Ha ha ha. Vein in your forehead pops out. Whatever. Do you see the fire come off me too? Yes, that's the spirit. 100%. Exactly. Exactly. 100% Trilliano. And when you listen, you may find, and when you listen, you may have a visit from another animal disguised as Sabe, who walks right up to you, looks you in the eye and says, I love you. Yes. Domestication makes our veins pop. Oh, yeah. Stupidness does too. Don't make treats when you're mad. No, because I have to fill them full of love. So that doesn't happen, or else. No. And I wasn't. I was just venting. Sorry. I'm sorry. And was listening. Right. I do listen. And again, it can be challenging. I wonder if they test us in our form of an animal to see how we respond. Absolutely. But when the bird was saying, no, because the portal opened up, the chipmunk squirrel came through, the deer was there, and the yellow golden finch. I know the chipmunk was Sabe because I just know that. And yes, when the deer gave me a kiss, well, I did talk about that. Cameras, so Craig, cameras and such are tools. Sabe don't use tools, so I guess we shouldn't. You're real, Ash. Thanks, Julie. You know, I guess it depends on what kind of tools though, right? Like the audio recorders, they're all right with that, but they're not giving out a frequency, right? So, and I put that question to them, and I hear answers. So again, my frequency device. I said, oh, do you guys not want me to have that out there? Like I can use it, but when I'm out there, don't use it. So, but now I go, okay, well, when I use my frequency music, can I use that? And they're like totally fine with it. Tools are technology. They are anti-technology. Are they? Or do they have different types of tools? You know, and is that why they find us interesting? Because we have tools and we've been able to, it's how you're using the tools. And oh, that's such a loaded question. I'd have to ask and sit with them. Yes, I believe so. Anti-technology. I mean, technology. Yeah. I mean, you stumped me on that one, Craig. Because I mean, the tools, like a sound bowl is a tool that we use, and I will definitely ask. Like they're all right with my sound recorder being out there. And again, I was using my phone when we were doing the sound bowls, and he appeared. So again, it's the intention. I wasn't setting my camera up to capture or to soul suck or to do any of that, right? So it was to show an experience to, you guys, and what we do to help the coherence of an environment, to help align an experience. So the film was on us, and it was going, and he appeared, and it was there. I mean, there's that. And we used a device that helped Sasquatch communicate through it. So that was another tool. So it's depending on what type of tool, why it's there. Is it coming from ego or is it coming from the heart? What type of intention is behind it? So John, I never seen one. Can you please show us a picture you taken of Bigfoot and or they from another world? Oh, I mean, that's a big question. I have, well, I mean, I have cloaked Sasquatch pictures. Yeah. Are they from another world? I think they're definitely the forest people. They've been here. Can there be another? Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm just coming up on that one. I can't answer that question right now because there's another lady that is connected and so maybe this is how it is. They can gain their wisdom or have wisdom or elders that are on a different planet since their energy has transformed to a different, but that's just a whole different ball game at the moment. And I think I'm too exhausted for that one. Gina, that makes so much sense, particularly food cats and have reason. Shut up. I think those sound bowls would be fun to use around here. Absolutely. They would be very fun. They're just amazing to use everywhere. Helps the, so because sound bowls can help just even alleviate blocks out of the human body by bringing coherence into our blood and our water bodies. Because remember, we are made up of water. You know, it's going to resonate at that. They are so in tune with nature, right? And us humans have lost that skill due to technology. It's us human that need to get back in tune with nature. Yes, nature infused. That's why you got to infuse yourself with nature. And we can do it. Even when we live in a society like we do, we can still infuse ourselves. Absolutely. We can learn from animals also, right? They know which people can be trusted. Yes, absolutely. Wild dogs. Owls and a cougar. Definitely. Julie, camping with Sasquatch. I've heard like 3 to 4 times lately. At least some are from another world. Explain some stuff. Right. So are you talking about impeccability? You're talking. I think I know who you're hearing that from. We're all interconnected and I'm just blown away at how many people, like a part of a group that, oh my gosh, you're there too? What? This is like, are you blowing my mind? Impeccability, right? Connected. There was something. Oh, quality versus quantity. It's the quality versus quantity too, right? Like these are different phrases that keep coming up. Words that are showing up. Just, yeah. What kind of sound bowls were you using that day? I don't know. They're the white crystal ones. So there's a smaller one, medium size, and a large one. But they're just the white, plain white. It's not the full set of chakras. Same world, different dimensions. They know and sense you are good, Soul Ash. Thank you. You have gained their trust soul-wise, I'd say. Thank you, thank you. I work on it, for sure. 8, 10, 12 crystal bowls. Thank you. And yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna just share from my heart to your heart. Thank you so much for showing up. It's like been an hour and a half, different frequencies. Gonna pop off now. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to connect next week. Stay tuned for what's to come. I will definitely be excited to share next week as well. So thank you all for being here, 2121. Blessings. Take care of yourselves. And have a great rest of your day. I love your smile. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Blessings all. Take care.